thank you for getting out of bed on this rainy day. Well, thank you for getting out of bed, getting out of your cozy pajamas, and stop drinking your coffee, to wake yourself up. And, the thing I think about with these rainy days, it's going to be green and there's going to be a lot of flowers pretty soon. So that's what we can look forward to. Yeah. So welcome to Unity Bellingham. I'm Shari Humes. I am the service assistant today.
Hi, everyone, and I'm Reverend Frank. I'm doing the talk today, which is called, That is One Fantastic Move. You'll notice the chess set. Anyhow, more to follow.
I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God.
As we begin prayer, let us take a few collective breaths together. As we breathe together, we enter in communion with the one presence in life, God, who loves us each. We are each individual expressions of the divine. As we commune in prayer, affirm that we each find peace, well-being, feel safe in our bodies, in our world. We send wishes and hope to those who feel challenged. May they feel the love we send them. Let us send love to all, even the rascals who challenge our thoughts and feelings. With God, all is possible. Love to all. Together in unity, let us share a bit more love and light. Where there is light, the dark disappears. Affirm and feel the love you are. Then let that feeling radiate out here and then out around our beautiful world. And if there's anyone you would like to pray for at this time that needs a little bit of extra prayer, go ahead and say their name aloud. And so it is. Now we move into a deeper time of relaxation. This is a time to breathe and relax. This is just for you. So breathe in for several cycles. Allow your body to relax, your mind to quiet. By following your breath, relaxation expands. You feel buoyant, free in mind and spirit to explore. We sing, Spirit loves to dance, that Spirit loves to sing, that Spirit loves to enjoy and play. Let us transform these ideas into life. Listen to the words of Hafiz, and then allow yourself to experience that you own joy because you are joy. Your joy in your body, joy in your mind. So with the words of Hafiz, what is the difference between your experience of existence and that of a saint? The saint knows that the spiritual path is a sublime chess game with God, and that the beloved has just made such a fantastic move. That is the saint, that the saint is now continually tripping over joy and bursting out in laughter and saying, I surrender. Whereas, my dear, I'm afraid you still think you have 1,000 serious moves. What is the difference between your experience of existence and that of a saint? The saint knows that the spiritual path is a sublime chess game with God, and that the beloved has just made such a fantastic move, that the saint is now continually tripping over joy and bursting out in laughter and saying, I surrender. Whereas, my dear, I'm afraid you still think you have 1,000 serious moves. So let the singing bowls bring you to where you need to be in this place and time.
Green are the hills of the home of my heart, and blue is the color of sky, the color of sky. Where the world takes us too far apart, I go there by closing my eyes. Oh, home of my heart, you're a diamond, a jewel, a tender and gentle love song. If I were a ship, you'd be the fuel that keeps me a-sailing along. scraping the sky as waves gently break on the shore. Whenever the world takes too cruel and I cry, these visions appear and I soar. Oh, home of my heart, you're a diamond, a jewel, a tender and gentle love song. If I were a ship, you'd be the fuel that keeps me a-sailing along, along, that keeps me a-sailing along.
Thanks, you guys. Wow. I want to start with this poem of Hafiz again. And one of the things I want to say about this poem is that, like we often say about scripture, when you hear the characters in the story, we don't want to think about these are different people, different things, or we're talking about God or beloved or that person or this person. All of this is me. All of this is the energy of you, of me, of each of us. What is the difference between you and a saint? Yeah. Well, I'm not talking about you and a saint somewhere else. We're talking about the energy of each of our lives. What's the difference of me, of this sort of ego, self-centered, thinking that this is the whole reality, and the saint of me that's awakened, that's aware, that's attuned to the spiritual truth of the I am nature of me, of you, of each of us? What's the difference? What's the difference between you and a saint's experience of the expression of life? See, the saint knows that this sacred journey, this spiritual path, is a sublime chess game with God. And the beloved has just made such a terrific move. You're caught in joy. You're amazed at it and you go, I surrender. I surrender. That's great. Look at that move. That was terrific. Whereas you think, no, I still got 1,000 good moves here. Yeah, you might. Keep shuffling the pieces on the board. Keep thinking, I can figure it out. I'm really in control. I can win this game. And it's just not about winning and losing. It's about the truth that we've been invited to the game. We've been invited to the game. And remember that this is me and this is me. Which side do you want to feel into? And the truth is, we talk about this a lot in Unity. And for those of you who maybe this expression is a little different, we live the truth of us. The cool thing about being a human being is we live on these planes of existence that includes the material plane of the senses, this reality, small r reality, that is, there's a truth, small t truth, to this experience, this expression of this life, this manifestation, and we've showed up as life, capital L life. We have shown up as life to express that life in this form that we get to call us. Here we are. We get to play. We're born, we have an arc, and then it's over. We get to play. And it goes on. And what's the difference between the ego of me, that's the saint of me, which is the part that lives into the spiritual truth of our eternal nature, that connection to the divine? Not only, and that's even hard to say, some connection to the divine, like it's something else. The connection, the energy of the divine, living from that very energy of the truth of our divine nature, having a material experience in the human plane. Sometimes we show it like this. There's this material plane and there's this spiritual experience. And of course, where does it meet? Right here in the heart, right here in the soul, right? You know, when you ask somebody, point to yourself, do that, point to yourself. Yeah, everybody goes, yeah. Nobody goes, huh? Huh? Everybody pointed to their heart, this beautiful place where we live in this beautiful, lovely tension and paradox. Ooh, don't we love tension and paradox? Get used to it. On the spiritual path, we want to get used to that. And that's where the good stuff is. You know, what's the difference between you, ego me, and this beautiful expression and this experience of the saint? You know, this poem, what I love about this poem by Hafiz, if you don't know Hafiz, you can look up some of his. He's right there, I think, contemporary with Rumi. Many people know Rumi more than Hafiz. Persian poet, Muslim, Islamic. You know what I find interesting when we start talking about things on the spiritual side and the mystic side and even the mastery side of our spiritual truth, all of a sudden Christian, Muslim, Buddhists, Hindu, it all of a sudden sort of starts fading away. These truths transcend all these expressions. And not that I don't enjoy too, the playing out in consciousness of these different paths, but as we ascend to the mystic view, when we're not so much worried about my 1,000 different moves in my religious tradition, and we're going like, ooh, from the master side of the from the beloved side, what's just one more terrific move that we're all invited into? And what's beautiful about this metaphor, what I love about the metaphor, is the divine, the beloved, always has a terrific move. And we still get to play. We don't go, oh, I'm not playing. You're just going to win all the time. Nor do we go, I'm going to win this time. We are invited into the play of consciousness, of this divine play. And it's simply a matter of going, wow, that was a terrific move. The game ain't over. The poem doesn't say, now the game's over, that it's checkmate. The poem just says, wow, that was a terrific move. I want to stay in that energy of these terrific moves. And I know that in the end, who's going to, if you want to play win-lose, I know who gets the game. It's the side of me that the side of me that resonates as the beloved, with the beloved, connected to the as the beloved. By the way, that whole metaphor is Unity's first three principles. Do you want me to smile? There's only the divine, one God, one presence, one power. It's just this one game. And I am, and the divine is in me, and I am in it, and we are in each other. And it's the second principle. I am this. This beautiful play of consciousness is me. Yeah. And the third principle, what is it? Go on. Yeah. I'm creating my experiences by how I choose to perceive the game that's afoot. If I want to look at this, it's like, oh, things aren't going the way I think they should because I should be in control, and I just don't get why I just can't. Because you, my friend, still think you have 1,000 good moves. Well, go ahead. But if we focus on the side of the beloved, we just go, oh, that was good. I see how you're acting in my life. We were doing the it's always new members class because next week is our annual meeting. So what I love about I always get the opportunity to talk about people who are interested in being new members, and we tend to go back and talk about unity basics. just the A, B's, and C's of stuff. Like where did unity and this whole process, going back and looking at new thought. Of course, I always think when I read the roots of this new, what we call new thought, many people call it new thought, ancient tradition, new thought, wisdom through the centuries, new thought. And what I love about this is we go to the ancient wisdom, and where does that end? I mean, we're discovering ancient wisdom traditions that, still it's like, wow, look at what's broken through into human consciousness from the divine impulse. And new thought doesn't, the nice thing about new thought is there's not a wall at the other end of it, because tomorrow there's something new. So it's open-ended. Like, what will science teach us next? What breakthrough in consciousness will we have next? What new awakened understanding? What new poetry? What new, whether it's in the field of science, psychology, sociology, what new breakthrough? The divine is going, I got one more good move. I got something else to show you. Wow, that's terrific. What's new that's gonna burst forward for us? And I looked right at this sweet spot of the unity tradition at the turn of the century, late 1800s, 1900s. And, the things that led up to it, which I think, and many unity teachers, the mystics, Meister Eckhart and Mechtilde Magdeburg and Julian of Norwich, all these mystics and this pushing through into new mystic awareness. And then it's a movement from the Americas. And we had these people who opened to new like Emerson, like Henry David Thoreau, like and then these new thought teachers, Emma Curtis Hopkins, teacher of teachers, this great new thought mystical teacher. And then we get into, the lessons in truth, and Dr. Emily Cady, who taught Myrtle and Charles Fillmore, who started Unity, who taught the Kramer sisters, who began religious science, who taught Ernest Holmes and Fenwick Holmes that, the science of mind of his brother. Ernest Holmes had a brother, Fenwick. Isn't that a great name? Fenwick. Fenwick, who taught in Japan and started a new thought movement called Soshi no Ai. One of the biggest new thought movements in the world is in Japan. You can go look that up. That's fascinating. And maybe the biggest in the United States is Unity, and then what they called Science of Mind is called now Center for Spiritual Living. And the Kramer sisters who started Divine Science. And there was a student that the three Kramer sisters and their Divine Science started, and this student of theirs, his name was Emmett Fox. You probably heard of Emmett Fox. There's a little book that Emmett Fox, it's a little treatise, it's only a few pages, and it's called The Golden Key. Have you heard of The Golden Key? Is that, okay, listen. It's so easy, it's just a few pages. This is a little booklet I got, and Unity Press went back and got permission, and they print tons of this Golden Key by the Divine Science teacher Emmett Fox that came out of that tradition. And it's such a simple little piece. The Golden Key is this. The Golden Key is a sentence. It's so simple. Whatever that we have in mind as what we consider a concern, a problem, that there's something wrong, that there's something troubling us, then don't stand in the energy of the problem. Rather, stand in the energy of the divine attribute that is the truth of our nature, the golden key. Well, let me give you an example. Maybe I have some kind of illness, and we prayed in the golden key in our group this morning. There's some health issue, and I'm aware of that health issue, and we don't deny it, of course. It's like, yeah, that's there, that's real, we got to deal with it. So what am I going to do? Am I going to say, I got 1,000 moves, I know how to fix it, here I go, I got this problem, and I know what to do, that's about what happens? Or am I going to say, your move, beloved? What do we bring to this situation? So instead of a prayer that says, I need to fix a problem, we stand in an energy that says, the truth of my nature is abundant health, well-being, goodness. My body is living in the fullness of its energy. I have lived all these years. I don't even know how it happens. I go to bed, I wake up, here I am, I'm breathing, it's working and everything. How does that happen? It's just this beautiful, it's just like miraculous. Look at us. Nobody's plugged in. We're just sitting here being, and we're living, and we're thinking, and we're doing, and we're breathing. I mean, what makes that happen? It's this divine impulse of life, capital L, life, and love, and well-being, and wholeness, and healthiness, and exuberance. That is the truth of our nature. So I'm not gonna pray as, I want some divine to go fix this thing that I perceive as a problem. Instead, I'm gonna sit, what he says is he goes, the golden key, they made it a verb, golden key it. You got a problem? Well, golden key it. Say, I'm not gonna sit in the energy of that problem. I'm gonna sit in the energy of God. I'm gonna allow the beloved to make a move so that I could see how God is working in this experience. What's the difference between your experience of all that your sense of all that you're experiencing and what a saint experiences? What's the difference? We can golden key it. The saint knows I am gonna say, here's what's going on in my life, and I'm gonna allow the attributes of God to be the energy that I sit in. And the fun thing for me about doing these talks, I read this poem, I read the golden key, and all week, I think my shoulders have gotten looser. I've been golden keying everything. It's like, I got this problem, golden key it. I bring the energy of God to this. And I feel like my shoulders are looser. I'm breathing deeper. So what a relief. What a relief. It's not like I'm giving up on life. I'm still in the game. I'm still in the game. We're still playing what's going on. There is an energy, and again, going back to our roots, I was reading, here's a favorite book. I love to show this to people. One of our key books, before you even go to ministry school, there's 4 classes of metaphysics. This is our text. A Unity minister, Paul Hasselbeck, and he writes this book, Heart-Centered Metaphysics, and it's just basically a summary, deep summary of the teachings of the Fillmores and Imelda Shanklin and Roland May, all these great teachers in the Unity tradition, Butterworth. And one of the things he says, and it was funny because I was going back reading Ernest Holmes from the Center for Spiritual Living now, the founder, and they say something, and when you look at the prayer process, it says something almost exactly the same in these traditions, Unity, Science of Mind, divine science. It says we hold the energy of the divine and we sit in that energy of that transformational energy so tightly that we wait until we feel a click. A click. Like we have a sense of, to take a health issue. And I'm gonna sit in that energy I'm gonna sit in the energy of the well-being of the divine that is in me, that is working through me, that is bringing my best and my highest to this situation now. If I have a knee injury, it doesn't change necessarily the knee injury. It might, actually. It could bring a healing instantly in some way that you might call miraculous, but that's how it works. The divine energy. Or it means I know a different way of approaching things. Or you know what? You still have a move. I sit and pray for the energy of my knee, and all of a sudden I go, maybe I should see a physical therapist. Make a move. Do something. This energy, we often talk about Myrtle Fillmore, who had this tremendous healing, and she was diagnosed, we don't know what it is. They said tuberculosis. They think it might have been IBS. There's a lot of things. We don't know for sure. And they said how she sat in prayer every day and brought energy and said to each cell, to each organ, to each place, I am going to breathe energy of the divine into you for your well-being. And if there's anything I've been doing or holding in consciousness, holding in my mind that has created some kind of energy that has created this disturbance in my physical being, then I'm sorry. Forgive me for that. But I want to bring the life of the Christ to you now. The life of the divine to every organ in my body that needs healing and transformation. And she changed the way she was eating. She changed what she was, taking in all sorts of ways. She changed the habits of her life to, in her understanding, to live a different way. Her and Charles both started being vegetarian because in their mind, they connected vegetarian eating with the highest form of health and well-being in their bodies. Every Unity restaurant at the Unity Village and the Unity Temple and all the original, always vegetarian. They wanted to say, if we're gonna bring the highest health, we're gonna pray for health and we're gonna make a move. So this whole prayer thing is we allow the divine, we allow God's breakthrough, and we're playing it. And in this, we live on this plane. We're connected here and we live on this plane, both. And they found that they would sit in that energy of prayer and they would focus on what it was that was disturbing them until they felt the truth of the divine presence in their life, the awakened awareness. They got a hit on what was theirs to do next and a feeling of, I'm okay, that there's a divine energy that's here, that's in charge. It's making a beautiful move in my life. Oh, I'm so joyous. Look at that move. That was terrific. Thank you. Thank you, divine energy in my life. And they would hear the click. And then they would say, thank you. And it is done. The prayer is done. I got the click. I felt that energy. And now it's done. And however this outfalls now, however it outpictures the next phase of my life, well, here we are, playing the divine game in a beautiful way. Yeah. There's a final piece. I had two choices on what I wanted to do next. I had, okay, last piece, A or B. I think I'll go with B. There's a piece that in this book that Paul Hasselbeck talks about, and he calls it the importance of non-resistance. And he really meant, and he said, by the way, please do not confuse non-resistance with non-action. Non-resistance is not non-action. And he said, let's start in consciousness. Start in consciousness. I have got this issue. No, I don't. It's not that bad. I could ignore it for a while. You know, whatever it is. Or I'm going to be in an oppositional state of consciousness. An oppositional state of consciousness. In my mind, I'm going to say, no, that's not what's going to happen. I don't allow it. I'm going to fight this with and he said this, you guys like Star Trek? There's a thing with the Borg, right? Resistance is futile. Well, I changed it. This is my play on the spiritual anti-Borg look. Instead of resistance is futile, it's you have to look that. Ask us Trekkie about what that means. Non-resistance is essential. Non-resistance is essential. No. Non-resistance is essential to our health and our well-being. And non-resistance, and he says, start in consciousness and see what's at play, because the more we fight it, the more it just gives it energy and creates. The more we fight it, the more we still think we have 1,000 more moves. But the saint knows that things come into our life, and instead of being an oppositional mindset, we can say, oh, now that's a terrific move. Wow. And what do I bring to the presence in my mind to a way that acts and responds in the most beautiful, healthy, connected to the divine? What is mine to do next in a beautiful, healthy, divine, recognized, aligned, and attuned way of the Christ nature of my soul? Do you feel the difference? It's subtle. He even says in the poem, let me say it again. What's the difference between you, your experience of the expression of life, or what we might say is what you're thinking, believing, and feeling is you're creating your own experience by what you're holding on to. Third principle, right? What's the difference between you and what you're experiencing in life and what the saint might feel? The saint knows that life is a sublime chess game with the beloved. And God has just made such a terrific move. What is going on now? This is amazing. This is not against me. This is for me. It's for me. Oof. Doesn't feel like it's for me. It's not, it's a sublime. I love these words we use in uni, like sublime and paradox and, spiritual. Because we have to switch. It feels to me like I get sensitive in my mind. It's getting off of thinking that this is the only reality, and there's a reality, there's a spiritual reality that has sublime, has paradox, has a way of thinking that is so beautiful. It's such a terrific move. It's such a relaxation to realize this divine move, this sublime divine move. From the perspective of the saint, we break out in joy. We laugh and we say, I surrender. This poem not is only the first 3 steps of Unity's, principles. It's also the first 3 pieces you could look at as the first 3 of the 12-step movement. I surrender to the higher power that's working in my life. This sublime, just such a terrific move. I surrender. I allow. I am going to stop resisting. I'm going to know the truth of what's going on in my life, and I will not fight. I will not be in oppositional mindset. I'll loosen my shoulders. I'll take a breath, and I'll say, here's the truth of what's going on in my life now. And I will align with the divine. And maybe I don't need 1,000 different moves, but I still get to play. I still get to respond next, not from some oppositional, but simply because, yes, I surrender and I'm still in the sacred game and I'm playing and I'm open and I'm amazed at their terrific moves. It's mysterious. It's paradoxical. There's a lot going into my life and a lot going into the world I want to be very oppositional about. Then my shoulders go up. Then my breath gets short. It hurts, and I'm done. Doesn't mean I'm not moving. Doesn't mean I'm not acting. Doesn't mean I'm not responding, and it doesn't mean we don't get to play the game. But we don't have to react and fool ourselves until we're going to figure it out with our 1,000 different moves. Yeah. Close your eyes for a second, if you will. Yeah, and feel into this energy of the part of me that's the part of you that's me versus how the saint of me wants to be in relationship with the beloved. Allow your shoulders to relax. You don't have to be in oppositional attitude. We can be open, awake, aware of this terrific move that the divine has brought into our consciousness and into our life. That's a terrific move. And if we don't feel it's very terrific, take another breath. Let your shoulders relax. Let go of the oppositional attitudes, the need to fight, the need to put up our dukes and get ready, and allow our shoulders to relax. And know that from the place of us, that sainted place of us, that place that we are in deep relationship with the beloved, indeed, the beloved of the divine is us. The beloved says, now, not from ego do I think I really have 1,000 new moves, but from the place of the divine of me, I have in me, in my consciousness, a terrific move to make from my divine consciousness. From our divine consciousness, now, soft-shouldered, not oppositional, attuned with the energy of the divine compassion, attuned with the energy of the divine kindness, attuned with the energy of the divine goodness and truth, attuned with the energy of God, beauty. Now it's from that consciousness of the beloved, it's my turn. What is my next terrific move to bring that goodness of the divine into my life experience, into the experience of the world? What is my beautiful, terrific move that now I get to make? Take that into a moment of silence, in the silence. What are we doing, you guys? Oh, by the way, thanks everybody. Lisa came last, a lot of you were here for Lisa, Almond Baldwin. Yeah, what a gift. I mean, someone who just shows up in the seats. I'm like, who are you? She goes, oh, I worked in Unity Village for years and I do this. You know, I think that was a big genesis of why Shari wanted us to mix it up. You know, talk about the saints in our midst, all of us, there's so many gifts and talents. It's just so much gratitude for Lisa showing up, and she took off for Seattle. Now that she was here and speaking, it's like, oh, stay longer. But anyhow, she's doing her work. And thanks for everyone who came to see the Celebration of Life for Carrie yesterday. It was a great turnout. Thank you so much a lot to the family. It was a beautiful celebration for our dear Carrie. And another example, and I think some of the people had said, you guys, you were only here so far for what? Not even 2 years, deaning, just under 2 years. And of course, the kind of thing so many people said about Carrie, it's like, darn it, I didn't get a chance to get to know her, especially hearing her story. And so just another note, it's like, let's get to know the beautiful, beautiful human beings that are showing up in our community. Because man, I know you guys, it's deep and it's rich and it's beautiful. And so thank you, everybody. So on that note, I want to talk. So Liz's celebration of life, Liz Layton, is not next week, but it's the first Sunday. So just a note to think about now. Bring, if anyone has some extra lawn chairs, throw them in the back. We have 75 of these chairs and another 30. That's 100. This room can hold 120. And I got a feeling there could be that many from the theater guild and stuff. Do you think so, Kathy? Possible. Anyhow, throw some lawn chairs next week in the back. I already have 2 in my truck. And we'll bring, and so the way we're going to do it, if you imagine a lot of people here to celebrate Liz, and it's a potluck. So think finger foods, not lasagna, soup, right? Think things people can grab really quick and eat. And maybe the church can provide a little bit as well, because usually, you bring like a nice serving. There could be a lot of people here. So heads up for getting ready for Liz's piece. Oh, also, arsenic and old lace. Kathy, you want to say something about it? Yeah.
Hello. It's Old Time Radio, another one, and it's Arsenic Old Lace, and we're doing it right here, April 11th, and Howard is doing our sound, and I have a lead role of the old lady. So anyway, it's super funny, and it's a little odd if you don't know the story, 2 old ladies kill people with elderberry wine, but anyway, it's funny.
Not sure how that works into the chess piece metaphor quite exactly. But I've been sitting back in my office listening to them practice, and sometimes they can't even do their own lines because they're laughing so hard. So I just, $10, I think would be fun. April, what kind of night is that, Friday night?
Friday night.
Friday night, okay, April 7th.
11th,
April 11th, Friday night. Starts at 7.
7 tickets are already on the website.
Yeah, and do you have some too? Did I get
You were going to give me some.
Yeah, I don't know where they're at, but anyhow. Next week we'll have them. Or you can go on the website. That's the easiest way. Just go on and look at events on our Unity Bellingham website, and you can get your tickets that way. It's pretty easy. Oh, and also, I'm excited. So our spring ministers class, which, we don't really call them classes anymore. We're spirit groups. Because usually what we do in our classes now, not only do we have a class, but we also somewhere add in at the end some kind of fiesta of some sort. And also we do a service project. And so it's a nice way to get together, study some material, and find a way to be present in the community as a spirit group. And the book we chose this time is called, you love this, What's in the Way is the Way. You get it? Yeah. What seems to be the thing in the way turns out that it is the way. And you may not like that, but here it is. And actually, it's a bit of a spiritual jujitsu, of course, when you see these kind of things. It's really like, it's one of those books that as I read it, and I'm on my third time, it just brings a sense of relief that when we realize what's working in our life and we kind of get deep into how we understand what the apparent challenges and problems, how much we can look at those things and find out how much healing there is for us and actually looking through those pieces in our life. So I invite you in. Sign-ups on the table. It's going to be Wednesday nights, maybe here, or I can ask you guys maybe over at our Common House area. We've met there as well. So please sign up. There's a cost, but that doesn't, if you go, I can't afford that, or that's not what I want to pay, that's fine. Sign up and we'll work out. Don't let money be an issue. But it comes out to like $10 a class or something like that. Okay, What's in the Way is the Way is our spring book. And that starts April, I think the first one is the 9th. So coming up in about 2.5 weeks, okay? So, and the books are ordered and they're coming in. And then finally, this is Jim asked me to announce this. We were going to do the inoculation for the Earth Care Project. You know, we have all the logs we cut. And you notice the trees are down. That's why the maple trees are down. And thank you for I counted 15 people who came out. Thank you all who came out and helped carry logs and branches and do the chipper, Dean. Thank you for the chip master and for all the people who scrape logs. And now we're going to, put plugs in them to inoculate them. But it's too dangerous to do today because of the way we have to use tools and wax. So what Jim asked me to announce is this Tuesday at 2 and this Thursday at 2, come by. And if that doesn't work, like I just can't come on the weekdays, then we'll leave something for next Sunday. Now, he said next Sunday after service, so I'm gonna mention after the annual meeting will be a final chance for people to inoculate the logs to do their mushrooms, okay? Someone, if you know what I'm talking about, ask me later or ask Jim. I think most